Hello, and welcome to the final season for the Sims 3 Volition Hunger Games. It's actually season 12, but it's the final season! So, all of the contestants this season are all people from, they're all people from the winners of all of the other previous seasons that we've already done. So, this is really exciting. This is the last season I'm going to be doing. Yeah, so, anyways, for the Hunger Games, I'm going to introduce you to all the characters since this is a character introduction video. We will start with the Season 1 winner, Mark Q. Turner. Look at that. He's already grumpy. He's already being grumpy. Okay, so I'll show you the characters. So everybody had the option to change their outfit. So we have changed Mark Turner. He is in the equivalent of Nyan Cat, but it's Nyan Bunny. Okay, so this is Mark Q. Turner. This is his face. Yeah, okay, so he is a cat person. He loves cats. Oh no, I pressed that. I got used to The Sims 4, and I was like pressing this, he'll do a cat animation. I forgot. Okay, he's a computer whiz. He's grumpy. He's handy. And he's a virtuoso. He loves that music. So, he has a lot of skills, which either you probably already know, or you'll find out during this season. But as far as alliances go, he chose Elijah Zelly to be his alliance, and he chose Jordan Lynn to be his enemy. However, Elijah Zelly has betrayed him and has allied with Jordan Lynn instead. And so, Mark Turner gets no alliance. Ah ha 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 ha. That's probably why he's so grumpy. He got no alliance, but he does have an enemy, and that's Jordan Lynn. He does have an alliance, but it's because somebody else chose him. So, take that, Mark! Okay. Next sim for the next season was... The winner of season 2 was Ryan Mansfield, who is a fairy, because he got turned into a fairy by befriending Shondi Fairy. Look, what's this face? What is that face he is making? I don't even know. But, yeah, so I will show you his character in Create a Sim. This is Fairy Ryan Mansfield. He's got adorable little itty-bitty wings. So, Fairy Ryan Mansfield has a lot of things going on. He is brooding. This actually really helped him the season he was in, because he didn't really care when people died. He was just kind of like, oh, I'm going to think about that. That's interesting. That is quite interesting that they're dead. So he's kind of a powerful sim. He's eccentric. And these are just random traits. I don't think he chose. I think we just gave him random ones. He's eccentric. So it means he's really good at inventing things. He's frugal, so he likes to save money. He has a good sense of humor, so he's going to tell the best jokes. And he's perceptive. I suppose I forgot to tell you guys. So, actually, let's finish up Ryan Mansfield first. Ryan Mansfield, what are your stuffs? What are your stuffs? Oh yeah, and everyone was also allowed to bring an item. So I'll go back and tell you a little bit more about Mark in a few seconds. But Ryan Mansfield chose to bring 3 shower and cans with him. So that is what he brought, that he's allowed to use during this season. I'll have to be extra careful, make sure he doesn't use them. Yeah, I hope he doesn't use them. Don't use them, Ryan Mansfield. Okay. Ryan Mansfield chose Jordan Lynn to be his alliance. So they are friends, and he did not choose an enemy. So Ryan Mansfield, Fairy Ryan Mansfield, has no enemies, which is good for them, because this guy, he's kind of scary. You don't want to mess with him, because his sim doesn't care if you die. It doesn't. Really. He doesn't. I'll go back to Mark and tell you a little bit more about Mark. Mark chose to bring a sleeping bag with him, so he has a sleeping bag. And, Mark, oh yeah, in his season, Mark died because he was starving to death, and he decided he had to go to the bathroom more than he wanted to eat. And so, like, right in front of the food, it was, like, my favorite moment of The Sims. So, that was pretty fantastic. Anyways, so Mark died, and then Foss brought him back to life, and then he went on to win. And Mark really didn't ever win a lot of competitions, but other people won and brought him with them. So Mark won on the shoulders of his friends. So let's see how you survive without many alliances this time, Mark Q. Turner. Let's find out. He's pretty much my favorite sim, personally. He and Derek Wade are my personal preferences to win this. So we will see how it all turns out. Derek Wade is right here. Derek Wade did not win season 3, but he kind of did. You see, I brought in... Okay, so Andrew Eads had a... Andrew Eads was in this season, and Andrew Eads got abducted by aliens and got impregnated and gave birth to an alien named The Pit, which is the room where most of the testers are in that I work with that are here. So anyways, The Pit, I named her Thepit, and everybody at work hated her with this massive passion. Everybody hated her so much. Anyways, it came down to Derek Wade and Thepit in the final season finale, and Thepit wasn't even in the whole season. And everybody got furious because Thepit won, and so we went ahead and we got rid of Thepit and made Derek the by default winner. And we gave Thepit her own season to come back with a chance to win, which she did not. So Derek Wade here is here as the winner of season 3. And I'm not going to tell you what item he has. He has a grave. I'm going to leave all the graves as a surprise if somebody ever revives a person from the grave. So the way this works is people are allowed to bring one item from their season, right? Well, some people chose to bring a grave. And then they were allowed to make their first wish, if they win a competition, to revive somebody from their past season. And multiple people did this. So there are actually multiple people that can come back from seasons that aren't actually a season starter. So that's pretty cool. So anyways... Derek Wade did that. Let's see. What are Derek Wade's traits? We will find out. So this is Derek Wade. This is his face. It looks less like him than it did when I originally made him. I wanted to make his face thinner by grabbing and squeezing, but that's not how Sims 3 works. Oh my gosh. Okay. So he's an animal lover. So yeah, he loves animals, which there are tons of animals this season, so I'm sure that's going to come in really handy. He's inappropriate, so he's going to say the wrong thing and be inappropriate, which is fantastic. He loves the heat, which is going to come in handy probably, really handy. That's another reason why he did so well in his season. His season was the desert season. He is a schmoozer, which means he's going to get along with people, and he's a slob, and that means he can actually eat food that, so if there's food left over on a plate, he can lick it clean and get his health all the way full. So pretty much Derek Wade is kind of an overpowered sim. He is powerful. Beware of him. Beware of Derek Wade. So now I'm going to tell you about Derek Wade's he did not choose an alliance. He hasn't won an alliance. He doesn't want one, okay? But he did choose Evil Eads to be his enemy. So he and Evil Eads are enemies. And some other people chose him as an enemy too. So we'll see how that is a little bit later. For season 4, this was the XQA tester season. People who used to work with us, we voted and brought back the fan favorites of that. And this is Brittany Smith. Brittany Smith won. Brittany won, and she kind of, she didn't really do anything necessarily that was super survivally to win. She just really, 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 she was just at the right place at the right time. In the final season, she actually won by sleeping and playing hacky sack, which is kind of incredible. She's kind of like the person that's just going along and playing, and she might win because she's lucky. She's super lucky. She's also an animal lover, which is going to be really helpful because there's tons of animals. She's clumsy. So you wouldn't think a clumsy person would win the Hunger Games, but they did. So, I mean, there we go. She's excitable, so she gets super excited about stuff, and she has a great sense of humor, so she's going to be super jokey, but she's over-emotional, so she's going to have lots of mood swings and be really sad when sad things happen. So those are all fun traits. I really like Brittany's sim. And she chose to be alliance. Actually, she didn't choose. I chose for her because I wasn't able to get a hold of her, but I needed to do this weekend. So I chose Evil Eads to be her alliance because I think he's a fun sim. And then I did not give her an enemy because really an enemy is a hindrance. So I figured I'd give her the best shot she could have. Then for... Oh, and the item that I chose for her to bring with her was a hacky sack because it helped her win at the final thing, and she loves her hacky sack. She just plays with it all the time. The next one is Vampire Elder Devin Berkeley. He got turned into a vampire, which luckily his season was underground, so that was very helpful. And he did not die because he's a vampire underground. He gets special powers because of that, but he has to drink plasma, which is a huge downside. However, he then got turned into an elder. Well, elders would normally die, like in 2 days, because bring it down to like you have 2 days to live if you're an elder, so you really don't want to be an elder. But because he's a vampire, he has 117 days left to live. So pretty much he's not going to die of old age anytime soon. So he's actually a fairly lucky sim that he was already a vampire, or else he might be dead, or else he'd probably just lose this because he's not going to be very good. But yeah, so he's the winner. Mitch Cronin got to choose his outfit for this season. Mitch Cronin said put him in something nice, so I put him in a suit. He is a computer whiz. He's easily impressed. He's handy. He's inappropriate, and he's a workaholic. So this is Devin. I think we have a few workaholic sims this season, or a few inappropriate sims this season. The item he chose to bring with him was a Sunbane parasol. I made it vampire themed for him. But anyways, so hopefully that'll keep him, if he's ever in the sun, that'll keep him safe. There's a chance he might be in the sun, but really this is a pretty good season to be a vampire because most of it isn't in the sun. He also have to make sure that he wins the competitions that would put you out in the sun. He chose to be allied with Justin Heath right there. And then enemies with Jordan Lynn. And Jordan Lynn chose him because he defeated Jordan Lynn in the time Jordan Lynn was in the same season. Jordan was originally in the Abyss season with Devin, and he beat Jordan. And Jordan actually made it to the final 3. So these two actually, he defeated him in the final 3. I think they were like the last 2 even. So Jordan Lynn right here wants to be enemies with Devin, and because of that they're actually like super enemies because they both really hate each other, so that's fun. The next sim is Elijah Zelly. Zelly chose to bring, this is from the gender swap season where they made themselves gender swaps and they had to keep 2 traits and they had to give themselves 2 new traits. Elijah Zelly won it. He's like a surfer bro dude. It's kind of his backstory. And he brought a unicorn. We adopted a unicorn that season named RBX6JM Turner, after Mark Turner, who's ironically in this season. So RBX6JM Turner came with Elijah Zelly. And anybody who brought a pet with them, I gave them best friend status with that pet, or a person with them. I gave them best friend status with that person. And if they have a grave and they're going to revive someone, I'm going to give them best friend status with that person once they're revived, because I think that's reasonable, So anyways, that's going to be the benefit of reviving somebody, since you don't get any other benefits from it personally. So yeah, RBX6JM and Elijah, buddies. And RBX6JM, also, since it's a unicorn, which is really special, I'm going to let the unicorn bless Elijah Zelly each day, if I can remember to do it. I may forget, but I'm going to try to remember. So, let's see. Let's go look at Elijah Zelly and create a sim. Okay, so Elijah Zelly chose to be in a science suit, as did Jordan Lynn, so they're both in science outfits together. You'll find out their alliances in a bit. Elijah Zelly is brave. He's eco-friendly, he's friendly, he loves to swim, and he's a party animal. So I think the friendly and maybe the brave came from Zelly. I could be wrong. Oh, no. Loves to swim and maybe friendly came from Zelly's original traits, and then the rest of them are his. Brave sims can save other sims if they catch on fire. So Elijah might be a bit of a hero. We will find out. In the past season he was not a hero, but he did save himself. I don't know that he'll be a hero, but he did save himself once whenever he caught on fire. So that's the bonus to being a brave sim, is that you can actually save yourself. So bonus to him. Everybody kind of has their own special powers. Anyways, he chose Jordan Lynn to be his alliance, and Jordan Lynn chose him, so they are super best friends. And Elijah Zelly, like I said, he chose Mark Turner to be his enemy. Together, that makes them equal since Mark Turner chose him, so they're just acquaintances. Let's see. Stephen Horn is the next one. Stephen Horn's got a 3-wolf moon shirt on, which is amazing. And he chose... Okay, I'll tell you about that in a little bit. What did he choose to bring with him? Oh yeah, he chose to bring Sandy Ivanova, who was Alex Ivanova's pet she won for a competition, but she died fairly quickly. And Steven and Sandy really bonded, that season. They survived together, and so he is bringing Sandy Ivanova with him. And so Sandy and he are best friends. And Sandy is such a cute old doggy. I think it's so cute. Okay, so where are you, Steven? I'm going to show you Steven in Create a Sim. Okay, this is Steven Horn in Create a Sim. This is what his sim looks like. Let's see. He is absent-minded, so he gets lost a lot. He has commitment issues. He's a computer whiz. He loves the cold, and he's socially awkward. So pretty much Steven Horn's sim was really great. I really liked him and enjoyed him last time. He survived to the very end. He wasn't a mermaid. He just kind of played it low under the radar. There were people that were like dying and coming back to life, and he just steadily did well the whole time. Like there was one time when he and a bunch of mermaids were racing across the ocean to get back, and he swam for days and didn't drown. Like he is a real sport indeed. So for his alliance, he chose Werewolf Jordan because he's a werewolf. Why wouldn't you choose a werewolf? He says, which makes sense since he would have the 3-wolf moon shirt, but he doesn't. And he chose Evil Eads. That's a little bit low. Evil Eads to be his enemy. I'm guessing because he's evil, but I don't really know why. Let's see. Justin Heath. Justin Heath is from the Western season and chose to keep his original outfit, so that's why Justin Heath's dressed up like a cowboy. Justin Heath chose to bring along Dr. Emmett Brown with him, so they are best friends, and we have Dr. Emmett Brown here this season. Dr. Emmett Brown is not a contestant, and he cannot participate in the Hunger Games, but he is there, and he's going to hang out with us, and I'll feed him and stuff. He can die, and if he dies, oh well. So this is Justin Heath, and we'll go into Create a Sim and look at him. Okay, so for Justin Heath's stuff, this is Justin Heath right here. He chose to be, he is ambitious, charismatic, disciplined, lucky, and a night owl. Lucky's a pretty handy one to have. So I think Justin's going to do pretty well. Those have been pretty helpful in the past. And let's see, what else? Okay, so for his alliance, he actually chose me. So, yay, I have an alliance. Woo! And he did not choose an enemy. So, oh, why does Mochi Horse hate him? Doesn't matter. Mochi Horse isn't here. So yeah. Yeah, so that's the way it is for Justin Heath. He finds somebody here attractive. I'm not sure who. Let's see. Who is next? Werewolf Jordan Lynn, who you've heard a lot about, is next. He is right here. Here's Werewolf Jordan Lynn. Angry at Devin already. Werewolf Jordan, what did he choose to bring? Oh, Gorker Cat. Nick Sands requested a cat who I made the ugliest cat I could possibly make called Gorker Cat. This is Gorker Cat right here. This is Gorker Cat's face. Gorker Cat's a piggy. He's noisy. He's friendly. Actually, let's look at the other animals. Sandy Ivanova is adventurous, likes swimming, and is loyal. RBX6 Jam is a genius, brave, and fast. So, I mean, those are some pets for you. This one is by far the weirdest of the pets, the piggy, noisy, friendly one. Yeah, so Gorker Cat. It's a girl. Jordan the werewolf, so he has his best friend cat buddy, Gorker. Let's see. And actually, it's a really big benefit for anybody that has a pet, because when your pet loves you, if you die, there's a chance your pet can try to come revive you. So people with pets were very smart picking pets. We've only had it happen once this season where a pet actually came and saved somebody, though. So, I mean, it's kind of rare when it actually happens, but if it can, it's really cool. So Jordan is absent-minded. He's evil. He's not really evil in real life, but the evil in The Sims is like a cartoony, fun version of evil, so it fits. He's friendly, he's a heavy sleeper, and he's inappropriate. And he also chose to be in a lab coat with Zelly, because they are for science. They're the for science team. So yeah, that's the way it goes. And like I said, his alliance is Zelly. So there they go. And I told you already, his enemy is Devin because Devin beat him. So he has the most enemies, but also I think the most alliances. So Jordan shall be interesting this season. Jordan's sim is always interesting. Um, he was in Bring Back Dead fan favorites and made it pretty far in that season as well, I think. Um, so he's been in multiple seasons so far. We've seen Jordan in multiple seasons. Justin Heath's only been in one. Morgan has been in some. I'll tell you about that. Ray Mansfield was only one. Brittany was only in one. Mark Turner was only in one. Evil Eads was only in one, but I'll tell you about that whenever we get to him. Elijah Zelli was only in one. Derek Wade was only in one. Stephen Horn was only in one, and Devin Barkley was only in one. So Jordan is one of the two Sims here that have been in multiple seasons. So woohoo for Jordan. Because he didn't actually win his original season of The Abyss. He won the Bring Back Dead fan favorites season. So in the fan favorites, everybody who voted what Sims were their favorites, he won that. So that is why Jordan Lynn made it, even though Devin Barkley had defeated him at one point. Morgan Ledbetter, this is me. I was the sim that participated in the most seasons. I edited and gave myself an evil outfit because, I'm running a Hunger Games, you know. I wish to bring back somebody from the dead, but I won't tell you who. The person I wish to bring back has to be from the season I won. Can't be from my first season. So my sim was actually in the first season, and I died like 6th or something, and Mark Turner is the one that went on to win that season. And then I got brought back in the Bring Back Dead fan favorite season with Jordan. However, I was the first dead sim of that season. And so after that, I went on to the first dead season. I was in the first dead season, and I actually won the first dead season. So that is how I got here. I have been in 3 different seasons so far, and this will be my 4th season, putting me the sim that has been in the most seasons, I believe. So, so cool. I didn't do it on purpose, I promise. So yeah, this is my sim. I am artistic. I like art. I'm a couch potato. I like TV, watching video games. I'm excitable. I really, really am. I am family oriented, and I'm good. I think I'll go out of my way to help people. So, those are the traits that my sim has. For my alliance, I of course chose Mark Q Turner. Mark Q Turner right there. And then for my enemy, I chose Derek Wade. Because Derek Wade and I sit in the same room at work, and if our Sims like get in fights, I thought that'd be hilarious to be like, haha, I just slapped you in the room. So, I don't know. Anyways, so I'm enemies with Derek Wade, but I actually really want his Sim to do well. Then our final Sim is Evil Andrew Eads. Okay, so for some reason there's a Ghost Eads running around here that's also an Evil Eads, but it's not the same as our actual Evil Eads, and I don't know why Ghost Eads is here. So, I don't know. Anyways, so this is Evil Eads. Look at that. He's already looking evil. He already looks evil. He was in the season that was the Thepit season, which was the last season, where he brought back Thepit and a bunch of Eadses and Rob. And he defeated all the other Eadses, Rob, and Thepit Eads. And he won. He wishes to bring back a grave of somebody from the Eads season, who I won't tell you yet. And so let's look at his traits. This guy's traits. He is, okay, so this is Evil Eads. He can't stand art. Okay, so he also took 2 traits from the original Eads. He is a dog person, and he can't stand art. But here are the things that make him evil. He is evil, he is hot-headed, and he is mean-spirited. So this sim is absolutely hilarious, because he likes to get in fights, and he's just mean all the time, and it's fantastic. For his alliance, he chose me. So we are allied, and for his enemies, he chose Werewolf Jordan Lynn. So he and Werewolf Jordan Lynn are enemies. He is also someone that has a lot of enemies. So just being evil gets you enemies. I'm surprised I didn't have more enemies this season, because last time I was in a season, I had like a bajillion enemies. So yeah, and that's the season I died first. So I don't know. So anyways, this was the character introduction video, and next I will start just the training day video, and then I'll just let them go free for a little while in here and trade until I'm done with it, and then we will start this season. Thanks for watching. See you around.